Okay, so guys, what we're gonna go over is some stretches for your hips. Okay, so the first stretch, I know a lot of people already pretty much know about this stretch, but also I feel like a lot of people don't do this stretch, which is one of the important stretches, especially if you have back pain and you sit a lot. And I don't think people grasp that. So what you're gonna do now, baby steps, obviously, this is a very big, thing. So this is a little high. You don't have to use it this high. You can do a box that's a little bit shorter if you have one. You can use a pillow to put your foot up on. I'm gonna use this just because I do stretch decently so I can handle this. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and do this the easiest way, simple, because I need to go ahead and show people. Okay, I'm gonna stand up first. All right, so you see the box, all right? So you're gonna put your one foot on there, okay? See how my foot? Now, if you have trouble doing this, just sit down. Just sit down and start. So my foot's there, I'm gonna sit, and then I'm gonna touch the ground, and then I'm gonna be like right here. Now, this floor is a little hard for my knee right now, so I'm not in the most comfortable position, but I'm going to show you this stretch anyways. So this is a hip flexor stretch. So my knee is killing me right now, so I'm gonna show you briefly. So what you're gonna do, this is where you're gonna stretch it. It's gonna come all the way up. We're gonna get our hip flexors and our psoas, which runs all the way up that deep part. So what you're gonna do, lean over to the side. Okay, we're gonna lean over slightly. You're gonna tuck your hips under, okay? Tuck your hips under and then drive forward. So you're gonna try to slide it forward as hard as you can without actually moving it. And it's gonna put tension on here. So we're gonna hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're gonna exhale, push and lean into it like this. But you wanna let me move that foot for a little bit. You're gonna bring your arms up and lean over to the side and push your leg forward. Now, try to stay straight up so you can obviously, I'm not trying to lean forward. So if you need to get close to a wall and do this, do that so you can lean and grab the wall and still keep your posture up while you're leaning forward. Now, I'm gonna get off this knee for a second, but if you feel it in your lower back, this is also a lower back stretch, so you might feel it in your lower back. So what you're basically doing is contraction and relaxing contraction. So basically it's going to stretch your muscles 10 times faster, okay? So it's just basically engaging your muscle and then relaxing it pretty much. So obviously you will keep doing that. What I tell people to do is do 5 seconds and then 10-second exhale out, bend, hold that for 10 seconds, relax and do it again about 3 rounds. Work your way up and get to the point where you can get up to holding for 30 seconds without it being too uncomfortable. It might take some time, and if putting your foot up here is too intense, just do it normal. Like you don't even need to you can just lean over, stay back, and then lean into it, and then it'll get all the way, like we're gonna feel this, just leaning over like this, and leaning forward, I can feel all the way up there. Now, obviously everyone's different, go at your own pace. That is the baby step, is just no foot up here, don't put your foot up. Next one is for your hips. We have obviously your inner muscles. If your piriformis, which is close to your sciatic, which is behind your butt cheeks, it's right next to each other. And what happens is if one gets irritated, the other one gets irritated. And then it causes issues and nerve issues, and it'll shoot down your leg because hip and down is all interconnected. So if you have issues in one part of your body, you're probably gonna have issues in another part of the body. So we're gonna get our piriformis stretch. So I'm gonna go ahead and go this way because this is here. So what you're gonna do, this is a good stretch. I don't know where so you're gonna take a band, grab my nifty band. All right, a little falling, but we good. Okay, all right. Take the band, loop it around your leg like this, cross your leg over, hold the band like this. You can even use a pull-up band, whatever you want to use. We're going to do the same thing we just did the hip flexor. We're going to activate the muscle. So you're going to hold this over here on this arm. You're going to push and you're going to, what you're gonna do, so you're gonna push against the band when you're activating, okay? So I'm gonna hold the band and you're gonna see how I'm drawing my knee that way. You're gonna drive your knee that direction and keep your foot on your leg, okay? We're gonna count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're gonna exhale and pull your arm this direction, okay? And you're gonna pull it. Keep pulling, and you should feel that stretch like right down here behind your cheeks. And if you don't, and this is not enough, take your leg and hold it and pull it towards that opposite shoulder, okay? And you're gonna make sure this part stays down. You don't want it to come up and over. And you're gonna do that 5 seconds, 10 seconds to work your way up. If you need more, do 30 seconds, 3 rounds, both sides, okay? Same concept. Now, that is a great stretch for your piriformis, and that's that muscle that's like right here, okay? Now, what we're gonna go over is the IT stretch. So if you have IT band syndrome, the reason why you probably have it is because your glute medius is underactive, like most people. Everyone's like, well, I have, so your glute medius is your top cheek, your upper cheeks, let's just say that. The one cheek that everyone wants, the shelf. Most people's shelves are underactive. It's very normal. So when people do like abduction machines and stuff like that, they tend to get it on their TFL, and their TFL band runs right here. You can actually feel it when it's tight. So if this is tight, so when the TFL gets tight, your IT band tightens up because it's like a protective mechanism. When it tightens up, you might start having knee issues because it's so tight, and that's your IT band's on the side of your leg. So if you feel it right now, it is kind of tight. You probably need to start doing medius, glute medius activations, which is in this program, to get it fired up. You have to make sure you're feeling it here and not in your hips. A lot of people do abducts and they feel it here. This is not the goal. If you're having issues here, there is a method. You take the ball. I don't have the ball right now. You're gonna take a whatever trigger ball, lacrosse ball. You're gonna put it here. You're gonna lay on it, and you'll feel it. You're gonna roll on it until it relaxes. Make sure you need to exhale and relax. Once you find a spot, exhale, relax. I suggest looking around when you find a spot to relax your nervous system so your muscles don't tense up. Do that before you even start these IT stretches. Just because you need to trigger point before you actually do anything. You need to foam roll before you actually do anything. What you're gonna do, take the ball, yeah, lay on it, and I'm gonna move my hair so you guys can see me, and you're gonna roll. Oh, my band is tight. So you're gonna find it and loosen it up. Ow, ow, ow. Mine's really tight, probably, most likely, ow. Do this for 1 to 2 minutes. I'm not gonna do it for that long, but that's how long you're supposed to do it. Do this before you even start the stretches. I suggest hip flexors. This is what you do before you start the stretching. So you're gonna take this, and my thing's behind me, so this is gonna be hard for me. So what you're gonna do is put this foam roller right here. You're gonna lay on it just like this. That leg's gonna be straight, and this leg is gonna be tucked. And you're gonna roll. You wanna make sure your feet are down, obviously, and not on this platform, because I have one here, and relax. And that's gonna get your hip flexors and loosen them up, okay? You do that before you stretch. These two especially are very important. The TFL, once you get the TFL, loosened up, do this for 1 to 2 minutes, both of these, for 2 rounds, okay? And then, once you're done, put that back, relax. Your IT band should get a lot looser. Go into your other stretches. So, we did the piriformis, we're gonna go into the IT band stretch. Now, the IT band stretch can be a little bit difficult, just because a lot of people, I feel like, I'm gonna move this. I feel like a lot of people have like tightness here. They can't do this because their hips aren't flexible enough. So what you're gonna do I do it the hard way because I'm definitely flexible. Take the leg, cross the leg over, grab the ankle, drop the foot, twist the back, bring that ankle up, and you should feel that all right here, okay? So this is a good TFL band stretch. This also is a good IT band stretch. This is also gonna get your hips that are right here too as well if they're sore. I'm a little sore. Now, the IT band stretch can be tedious. Take this leg and you're gonna go try to go straight with it, and I should feel that all right here, and keep this arm down. Now, I'm a little tight, so this is a little hard for me, but if you want to go a little bit easier, I tell people to do this. Put your leg down, okay, take this knee and just go like this, okay, and this is all you have to do. You just want to make sure this chest and this arm is flat on the ground, so you have that rotation in your hips. And then this leg, you want to keep your foot straight up. If you turn, like your whole body turns and your foot is pointed this way, you're not going to get the stretch. You want this knee to stay straight up and you want the foot to straight up. I'm by the wall, it helps to hold my foot so it doesn't move, but having someone to hold your leg as well will help as well. Do that. So that's your IT band stretch, okay? Now, we're gonna get your psoas a little bit more because a lot of people have issues here. It's your inner ones. So, a lot of people hate frog position, but man, it really does. It helps. So, we're gonna go over frog position, and what you're gonna do is open up. I know you've seen people do this. Make sure and then feet. So you see my toes. Your toes should be flat and your feet are going to be angled out like this, okay? 90 degrees in front of your knees. It's going to go like that. Sit down into it, sit your hips back, come forward, sit your hips back into it, come forward, sit your hips back into it, and so on. Do that over and over and over again, and eventually you'll get used to it. If that is hard for you, work on getting comfortable doing like butterfly, which this is like hard for people, or even do butterfly like this. So you'll lay down like this and you'll push your legs. This is a little bit easier to do if you can't do the sitting one, okay? So these are very important. And then happy baby. That's literally legitimately called happy baby, but this is how you sit, okay? This also can feel your back too. Probably feel really good on your back. Okay, so those are the stretches that you need to be doing at least 30 minutes every other day to get those hips loosey-goosey and that back loosened up. Now, if you are having lower back issues, pain, and you're just like, oh my God, I can't, here's a couple other stretches. So you're sciatic, so you take this and you go like this. This is a good stretch. Knee to chest, drawing that knee. This is a good stretch, okay? Those are both great stretches. And if you want to increase, this is what I do. I personally like it this way. This one was not big enough, but if you can carefully do this, you can do it. But what you're gonna do, and make sure y'all can see me, is drop this knee down and reach for the floor as hard as you can. You'll feel that hip flexor stretch, and then switch and do it on that side, okay? And then knee to chest. So when you knee to chest here, might feel the tension a little bit more, and this honestly might help if you don't have the flexibility to get your knees up. This will help incline you up so you can actually get your knees up. I do these too when I'm down, and I push my foot down to stretch my back just because I am tall. But yeah, so those are a couple stretches for you guys if you're trying to get a little bit more hip flexy. So, and then here's one if you have trouble doing butterfly on the thing. You can incline yourself with a lot of these stretches to make it easier on yourself. Remember that. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions on the stretching, let me know. I answer questions very well, and I can explain and send videos or whatever I need to do to help you guys.